Hey guys, Jen Graves here doing a video for all of you. This is kind of another one of those that is kind of controversial, I would say, but it is another one in the line that I did have laid out to do, so might as well go ahead with it, you know. So going into it, you guys obviously probably have seen the other one that I did, quality versus community growth. This one is quantity versus community growth. You know, and this one is a little easier to explain than the other one, just because it's an increase in everything. I feel like sometimes quality and quantity can be interchangeable. Most of the time, no. But if you're upgrading something, you're adding to it, and you're getting more, I think it's understandable at that point. But going into it, guys, I started out doing the everything behind the camera. You know, I'd do a review and the book would be in front, but not me. And a bunch of you guys know basically like that layout that I did for a while. But I wanted to, you know, push further. I wanted to get more videos out there, more videos rolling, stuff like that. And so my proposed to you basically is the same as the other one, is quantity. Does it help? Does it hurt community growth? Now guys, I'm still of the same mind of I think all this stuff helps you out. They all are, you know, they all hold hands, you know, they form a triangle, I guess you could say that. And I think that it all moves it forward. Now, whenever we do that, like I said earlier, of me putting many videos out before, and some of them, I mean, it was a bunch of reviews, and I kind of had like a deadline that I wanted to do, and it was putting out 100 videos a month. So that was roughly about three and almost 3 1/3 every day, you know. Now it wasn't always like that. Sometimes I would put out 25 videos, I would do stuff like that, you know, but that kind of thing, to flipping it on the other side, being quote-unquote negative about it, does doing that many videos hurt the community? You know, is it one of those things that when you may hit like a great patch, where you feel like you can just keep doing them and doing them and doing them, and you do 10 videos, you know, do you plan it out? Do you make a list? You know, and I feel like quantity also goes with the lack of quantity too. Does it hurt the community for a lack of videos? If it's somebody that only puts like one out every time, or 3 a week, you know, are there different times? Are there people that you feel like, you know, should like take a break here and there? Or is it just left up to the person? And regardless of whatever they put out, whenever they put it out, you'll watch it, basically. Now, this one hits a little farther home with me, I guess, than quality, because I am getting close. Well, technically I am. You just can't see all the community challenge ones uploaded just yet. Technically I am over that hump of 500. And, you know, I feel like it's bin stuff, everything until now has basically kind of helped the community either spark a conversation, see something fun that you may like or get into or whatever, you know, for nostalgia, you know, pop related stuff, or the Pokemon gallery figures that I collect. You know, it's nostalgia to have more. You know, almost like they say with the commercial, the less is more kind of thing. You know, this instance, you know, is that true? Is having more, is having more empty space a good thing, or is having, you know, almost packed shelves a good thing? You know, and this is also another thing that comes into play, obviously, because I am one of the biggest collectors in the community. Well, collector slash reader. I don't think collector is always that fun, because sometimes it just sounds like it's you getting stuff and not accomplishing, you know. So kind of that, you know, or what is it that it does to help the community? What is it that it does to hurt the community? Different questions like that, stuff that you can basically sit there and ask yourself. You know, and I'm sure after the last video, a lot of people did that. You know, there's still stuff to be debated on that. You know, some people I've heard on one side of the fence, no, it doesn't hurt her anything. It doesn't really mean anything having better stuff. But then there's also a lot of people that don't want to say anything, that have basically like private messaged me, or you know, I heard it through the grapevine kind of thing, and they totally disagree. They just don't want to be verbal about it and upfront, which is totally understandable. You know, in that. So it's kind of this other thing though too with quantity. Quantity feels like it's more of a numbers game. It's not so much, you know, trying to make it appear better. So, you know, what do you guys think with that? I'm going to try and throw some stuff out to you guys in case you want to comment on different stuff. I mean, you know, to me, I feel like quantity is also a good thing, because you can put a lot of stuff out there for people to watch, you know, and I feel like during the present is when it hurts you the most, because let's say I have to put out, you know, I'm trying to meet a goal. Some people do that three videos a week. What if their whole thing was trying to make sure they put out 20 videos a month? 3 videos a week is going to be 12, and you know, it's not going to get them there. Obviously, they're going to have to do at least 6 videos a week plus one somewhere. And you know, I feel like if the person wants to do that, that's good. It's fine moving forward. You know, or whatever. I do feel like, in my own case, I feel like it kind of goes up and down and up and down. And, you know, sometimes I'll hit a good groove where I start uploading a lot of stuff. And then sometimes I kind of hit this downward groove where I'm kind of like, you know, there's nothing good that I want to talk about. There's no announcements I have. There's no reviews. There's no unboxings or hauls or whatever that I'm doing, you know, so stuff like that. But at the same time, you know, quantity, if people enjoy your channel now and you have as many as you do now, video wise, I mean, what if it was the same thing where you did upload 50 videos in a week or something like that, you know? Does that hurt, or do you stand beside that person still and watch their stuff, even though there's so much of it for you to watch at that point. And then going into it with community, does it hurt the community? I would say yes and no on both. Does it hurt it because of the quantity numbers game? Yes. When people put out a lot of videos, I think it does create some strive for it, because then that person gets brought up more in the stuff, or they have the potential to. Does it do that though? It can beat out other people's videos because of that. It can make them lose basically subscribers. Maybe they watch this person for the first time and they're trying to get into MangaTube, and they're like, well, if everybody's going to be this way, maybe I don't need to watch, stuff like that. Different people will say different things, different people will cross that line, or like I said earlier, quantity also goes with the lack of quantity, and they both go hand in hand. Quality, the lack of quality, I mean, all of it is kind of the same thing. Whether it's here or there, it's still that kind of -1 that's in front of the equation, basically. So what do you guys think? Does that sway numbers game? Does it sway people from wanting to join into the community? Does it lose somebody a lot of subs here and there? Does it affect your own personal quotas? Stuff like that, basically. Especially with community growth too. I mean, that's something that I feel like can go everywhere with everything. Now, this is only a 3-section series, so it's not a lot. We will talk about possibly, so I haven't decided. I brought it up in another video that won't come out till later on, but I feel like if you combine both of these, they have good arguing points for and against each other. You just have to learn how to split them up. Yeah, but there's just so much, and also in that, quantity-wise, do you present yourself as somebody that gets a giant haul all the time? Do you do it and show off and say, hey, here's a 200-book haul, or what does it do? I feel like both quality and quantity in moderation actually are a lot better and help people out more than them trying to focus on it by itself. I also think that it does help it out to see it as without anything, they're equal. It's exactly here. If we're talking about certain things, it can fluctuate and go up. If we're not, it can go down. Different stuff like that. But I mean, yeah, there's just a bunch of stuff that comes with it, and with quantity, I do feel like there are times here and there that that can hurt somebody, because if we all did it, then I'm sure there would be a lot of videos to watch. But would that choke out somebody that wasn't as established as the rest of us? Would it do that? Or kind of in the same breath, why do we run from somebody that does that? You may have never seen the content except for a few videos, and came in maybe during the rainy season when they were down, but what about when that's over and they come back? You know, what if your person that you liked sat there and posted 50 videos in a week? Would you still want to focus on that person or not? You know, same thing, you know, whatever it is, and they take that quantity, you know, does that also show anything? Does quantity show people like, hey, it may not, they might be looking at their subs, but when they look at it and they go, this person's got like 700 videos, this person's got 1,000 videos, you know, stuff like that. To see them so much, is that another thing that you look at or no? So, I mean, there is a lot of stuff to question in this. There's a lot of stuff to question in both of these. So, I think they are both two very good subjects to talk about, especially with community growth, because community growth, like relationships, I feel like are very fragile, and unless the people are willing to work and actually secure them in life, you know, it's just going to kind of get blown or washed away, kind of. So, anyway, I hope you guys enjoy this video and you'll watch it later. I'm Jen Graves, and I will catch you guys later. Thanks for watching. Bye.